This video is brought to you by
Cool Green Clothing. You already know what it is. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. Go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and I assure you, you'll find something on the website right now just for you. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. And that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. For a lot of people, depending on how or where you grew up at, they might not understand the streets, the prison system, and what goes on in them, which is 100% a good thing. But for others, most of our lives, we all heard or hear about certain places and gangs in them environments. For example, if you are flying to Cali and you know no red, blue, because of the Crips and Bloods, wear your hat straight, watch where you go, how you talk, who you are with, unless you are on what they are on. Because gang life and culture is very real and active out there. The same with Chicago. The GDs, BDs, Vice Lords, Black P Stones, Four Corner Hustlers, and other gangs run the city and have certain politics and rules they live by. For me, I have lived in a few different places. Salute to Birmingham, Alabama, my second home. Really, the first place I learned about gang life. It's real. All the gangs from the places I just named, like Cali and Chicago, are out there. Because usually somebody from them states where they originate at will bring the knowledge or wisdom of that organization to certain cities and start sets wherever they are. Atlanta, where I also lived at, the same thing. They even take it a step further, not just with known gangs and organizations, but also homegrown gangs as well. Smaller cliques that might go by 3 letters or something like that. I'm sure we all seen the YSL trial, short for Young Slime Life. Where it was determined it was a gang. And just like Atlanta, other cities also have organizations you probably won't only find out there. I never been to Cleveland, but salute to the people out there. I met a lot of people from there and the Heartless Felons. An organization from that city runs the streets and prison system, for what I heard. But this video is about the streets and prison system in my hometown, Baltimore, Maryland. When I was a hopper and I moved back home from Birmingham, it was like 2001 or 2002. Bloods and Crips was just really catching on in the city, as members were coming from Cali, putting down the foundation. Back in the 80s and 90s, Baltimore was really all about blocks or neighborhoods, not gangs. But one organization always had a stronghold on the city. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be taking it all the way back to 2015 to discuss the case of a Baltimore gang that sent the man on an ultimate crash out mission for violating. Baltimore, Maryland, my hometown, a beautiful city with a lot of charm. From the cobblestone streets down Fells Point, the inner harbor before everything got shut down. The row houses, corner stores, the good food, beautiful people with good hearts who take pride in where they come from. We have an accent and culture like no other around the world. You might hear words you never heard before, like yo dragon, you geeking dummy, over west, over east, somebody saying I'm ready to catch a hack out the county. You might hear club music and watch the culture come out and the way people dance. I could go on the good things about the city. But just like every other city, under the layer of the hard-working everyday people trying to survive, it's an underworld. The streets of Baltimore have always been known for drugs, hustling, getting money. Some say it's bigger than just the people in the city. It's a higher ups and corruption, that's been going on for decades, leading to abandoned houses, poverty. Some feel like it's a lack of opportunities. But no matter what, one thing I can say about most of us Baltimoreans, we know how to survive, make something out of nothing, and we play the cards we are dealt. A city where a lot of parents were addicted to some kind of substance. So a lot of kids see a lot early on and raise themselves. And some only see or feel love when they go outside, around the way, and hang with yo and them on the corner. That search for love and acceptance usually leads people to forming a brotherhood or sisterhood to make sure no matter what, if they don't have nobody else, they got each other. And that's exactly how most gangs come about. What's supposed to start with protecting the neighborhood or each other usually shifts somewhere in the mix though. Like I said earlier on, it's Bloods and Crips in the city, MS-13, DMI, and a bunch of other gangs. But one gang in particular I always heard about back home was BGF, or the Black Gorilla Family, where some call J. If you know, you know. Stayed to have started in a prison system in Cali in the 60s for the black inmates who felt they were being oppressed by other races. Their principles at first were just like the Black Panthers, brothers sticking together and fighting the system. But just like everything else, once more members joined, the organization got bigger, the main focus got lost somewhere in the sauce. In the jail and prison systems in Maryland, when I was a hopper trying to do my little time, they had a lot of influence and power with COs, even other inmates. You had real members and some people who just wanted to be down. They would do stuff for the gang, but really was flunkies. I remember being over BCCC on Green Mount in like 06. Right by the jail was the projects, Latrobe Homes, right across from Dunbar Field. And the BGF ran the wall, meaning any contraband. Back then, when we went to yard, a member of the organization who had pull would make a call uptown or to the free word, get somebody to load up a package. It could be tobacco, grass, boy, girl, pills, whatever, to throw it over the wall so they can make some money and flood the jail. This is where the pull of the organization came in. Some COs would say it, come over the wall, turn the other cheek, and act like they didn't see a thing. And the crash dummy who wanted to be BGF, or a lower level member who probably only had 2 months left on their sentence, would grab it and try to take it back into the jail, risking getting caught and possibly getting more time. Like this, they built the empire in jail and in the streets. That was the case of Tavon White, a leader of the organization that ran an empire from jail. He was able to get anything in that he wanted, living like a king from behind the wall. If you crack slick, he could also have another inmate disciplined, even having his way with the guards, getting 4 of them pregnant at the same time. While making so much money from the jail, he was taking care of his peoples in the streets. So with that kind of pull, the organization always stood out. That's just a little backstory though. Now to the case. Back in 2015, 29-year-old Jason Armstrong was said to be either a member of the gang or associated with BGF. He was a free man though in the streets, where members usually could be found in every part of the city and county. Somewhere in the mix, while trying to solidify his ties to the gang, Jason would violate some of their rules. It's not clear what he did, but members gave him an option. Either he could face consequences from them or do something to get back in good standards. He chose to stay in good with the gang. He wasn't told the mission until the day of. Then, in January 2015, it was time. Jason was ordered to walk into the police station. Simple enough, right? The station was the Northeastern District. As he walked in, he bopped around and stood around for a second. At first, police paid the man no mind, until one police walked by stating somebody smelled like straight grass. They also seen Jason moving around a lot, and he kept fixing something in his pants. Wondering what was going on with the man, one officer approached him, and another asked, was he okay? Before noticing Jason looking and laughing nervously, they decided they would search the man. On him, they found drugs, 24 bags of ratty or girl, some smack or boy, grass, and a loaded .22 caliber handgun. Stunned, a man will walk into the station, which didn't have metal detectors at the time, basically walking himself into a prison cell. Police asked Jason, like, yo, are you high or something? What's wrong with you? What he told them next was shocking. He stated he violated the organization, BGF, and he didn't want to face the consequences on the streets. So they told him he had to load up all the drugs and gun, walk in a police station to test security, see what was what and what they could get in, so they could get stuff over to jail to give to their comrades. At first, police couldn't believe a man would be so bold to do something like that. But that just goes to show the game's pulled, that Jason rather went to prison than to face them. After a full confession, he was charged with multiple drug and weapon charges. As the case went to court, the feds picked it up, and Jason was sentenced to 57 months, just shy of 5 years fed time. I know a lot of people will think, like, yeah, alright, I'm not doing nothing like that. But either Jason had that much love for the game or fed. He crashed out and sacrificed himself. I remember watching guys so pressed, we used to say, yo, just like Brandy, he want to be down. And I used to laugh to myself. I had family members and homeboys a part of the organization. I know some dudes was running up their time, doing crash out missions in jail just to say they was affiliated, but they never was officially J. But I want to know y'all thoughts on the situation. If you was in Jason's shoes, what would you have did? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, man, it's a wild situation. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. It's another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.